Hello guys, happy Friday. Welcome in. When you pop on, feel free to say hello. Let me know that you are here. If you're no longer seeing the red live button, you've caught me on replay, please hit hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here as well so I can welcome you and say hi back. How's everybody doing? How's your weekend starting off? It's beautiful here in Ohio. Hi Helen, how are you? It is, right now it's 77 degrees. I don't know what it's like by you guys, but oh my God, it's so warm. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? Welcome in. Hello, Miss Roxanne. How are you? I'm just sprinkling you out a little bit. Hello, Miss Brenda. How are you, darling? Hi, Trace. How is everybody? I'm just going to get you guys out there. Oops. There we go. All right, we're here. Thank you, Brenda. How are you doing, darling? I hope you're okay. Hi, Glorious. Hello, Roxanne. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Tammy. Hello, ladies. How is everybody's weekend starting off? Hopefully, hey, Trish. You guys are supposed to, what's the weather like by you, Trish? Hi, Sheila. Hello, Doris. Trish, I will be calling you later. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. We're doing an Easter bunny today, 51 and sunny in Maine. It's literally 77 here. Hi, Ronald. Hey, Donna Sue. How are you? So I got this cute little bunny. Miss Shelley Stacklin got this for me. Hi, Teresa. I did prime it, so the glasses were black, and it was like a really smooth, like you can see on the bottom, like that porcelain smooth white. Hey, Julie. Hey, Della. Hi, Pamela. Hello, Lori. Welcome in. Thank you, Nicole, for doing this. Absolutely, Lee. Absolutely. Anytime. And if anybody is in from Grammy's Crafts and Craziness, hello and welcome. And anybody that is not following Grammy's Crafts and Craziness, please go over and follow her. Hi, Susie. Hi, Erin. Hello, Miss Sheila. And just give her a follow and a like. Catch a replay for her. How are you, Miss Sheila? Hi, Angela. Welcome in. So my only question is, on this bunny, do we do 80 and hot? Well, that's all right. So are we doing, does this look more like it should be a boy bunny, a girl bunny? I don't know whether to go pink or go blue. And then we were going to check the ears, like the inside of the ears. And then I have this like little totally dazzled piece I thought about putting here, or maybe, I don't know, somewhere. And then gemming, hi, Stella. Hi, Miss Linda. And then putting bling on the glasses. And I'm not sure what else we want to do with him. Hi, Miss Kimberly. How are you? What do you guys think? Do we do the pink or do we do the blue? Hi, Tammy. We're going to do the glasses in gold and then put gems. You want a boy, a girl. Hi, Laura. Thank you, Lee. Isn't it so cute? I think it was from TJ Maxx. But I guess it would be cute either way. So, blue or pink? You guys like the blue idea. All right. Snow this morning. You had snow, Kath? Didn't stick at our house, but travel is a mess for those trying to go in any direction out of this valley. Oh, no. Hello, Peggy. Boy or old man? We're going to do a boy. Where is the bunny from? This one came from, it was like $5.99 or something at TJ Maxx, I believe. So I'm sure you can find it TJ Maxx. And what's the other one? I always forget the name. I always forget the name of the store. It's just like TJ Maxx. Go towards a blue, maybe steampunk him. I don't know that I want to do steampunk. Me and steampunk don't get along very well. Hello, a boy. Okay, we're going to go a blue, but we're going to have to go like a really pale blue. And don't forget, we're going to be doing gold. Thank you for sprinkling. You guys all like the blue idea. I can always get another one and do a boy and a girl. So, trying to think how blue I want this. Let's do, no, it's not Home Goods. Is it Marshall's? Marshall's is like TJ Maxx, right? Yeah, Marshall's is what I'm thinking of. Because they're literally identical. See if I even have any white. Hi, Michelle, and here I go again. I only need a little bit of blue in my white. I'm over here pouring all this blue, and I only need a little bit. Do you then? You have a great instincts. Oh, we'll go with blue. We'll try the blue. But for $5.99, he was super cute. I think the only thing is I didn't care for, and it's actually in the porcelain itself. So do you see that little line right here? There's nothing I can do about it because it's literally in the porcelain itself. I tried to like remove it. It's not going anywhere. So that's all right. No biggie. We'll make it work. So I took, this was a, which one did I use? This one. This was, it's called Ocean View by Folk Art. So we're just going to mix a little bit of that into some white. Not the other way around, which is what I've had to learn. Just a little bit into the white paint. We're going to do like a pale, pale blue. We want them to look Eastery, right? So we're going to go a soft blue. We're going to try something. TJ Maxx Marshalls based here in... Oh, okay. Hi, Helena. How are you? I just saw your picture. How sweet was that? Hi, Helen. Hi, Cindy, Karen. I'm going to put... Y'all, we're going to try it. I have white paint. We'll be fine. This is called Vintage Teal. So this one's a little darker. I'm going to go a little bit... We're just putting a drop in there. Maybe just... Well, maybe that drop didn't work so well. Ooh, if you crackle, the crack could blend in. Oh, you're right. I could totally crackle this. I could definitely make it look like porcelain almost. Hi, Addie. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Terry. How is everybody today? I'm just going to pull in a little bit more of that blue. Listen, I'm already regretting. I just realized I did not grab my baby wipes. So whatever I have next to me is what I have next to me, unless I get up and go grab some. So let's go. All right, I think we're good with this blue. What do you guys think? Like a pale blue? And then we can actually crackle him and put gold in there. I didn't get to see the finished product. I never even finished it. Hi, Rhonda. Y'all, I have so many projects that I have to finish. There's a couple I'll be working on the next couple days. So I will post pictures or show you when you pop on once I finish some of them. And I do realize I probably have, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 6 projects I have to finish. I'm doing good, Addie. Thank you. Troy. I saw that picture of Kaylee girl. It's so stinking sweet. I love, love, love it. All right. So are we good with this blue then? Like do a soft blue and maybe we can fine line it and we'll put some gold in there. Because we're going to do checks and we're going to do some, me and my shedding, and we're going to do some gold. I'll tell you what, hair and this silicone mat is a nightmare. I just don't want to get it in my paint. Hello, Terry. Okay. So this is a super soft blue, y'all, especially on this white. I would say we could soft touch him, but not if we're going to do the fine line. See how soft that is? You can barely tell that it's blue. Maybe we'll bring a little bit more of that in there. Bring in some of that dark. Let's deepen it up a little bit. guess we'll paint it. Didn't know the clock changed. I've been confused all week. Oh my God, Janine, you're so sweet. That's all right. Yep, there's the blue. Okay. Much better. And like I said, we're going to check the inside of his ears. I used to love doing the Hobby Lobby ones, but I didn't get them this year. Like the ones, the heads you can get at Hobby Lobby that have the glasses on them. My favorite bunnies were probably the two that I did when I did the water transfers on them. I loved those. And I blinged out their glasses and they were so stinking cute. But I think we're just going to paint and we're going to bling out the glasses. I don't know. I'm not used to this blue, y'all. I almost feel like I want to go, I'm not, you guys, I'm about to change up on you. Because I don't know, it's not working for me. Look at, I feel like, who's going to be mad at me if I switch this to pink? I feel like I want to do pink. How horrible is that going to be? Oh my God, I so want to do pink. Now that I see the blue on there, I like want to go back to do a pink. And now that I'm thinking fine line, it's like I want to do pink with gold in the fine line. And honestly, I want to do pink for Brenda too, because pink is Brenda's favorite color. So, oh, he's cute, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh boy. Y'all don't get angry. I agree, not working for me either. I said pink first. I can't help it, Therese. I knew Therese was going to be the first one. Therese had to be the first one to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here's the blue. The blue's got to go. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I got to do pink. I am not Catherine. I plan to be, but I am not as of yet. Pink never makes you sad. Okay. We're going to do pink. I don't know why. So I'm just going to take a little white and go over that blue. Listen. I don't know, maybe if I find a better blue. The pink is Brenda's favorite, yes. Oy. Oy vey. All right. Teresa's like, I'm going to go like eat a cookie or something because I can't watch this. I can't watch her change her mind. Pink or lavender would be pretty. I'm just going to go over it with some white real quick just so the pink looks the same all over the bunny. Instead of pink on blue. You like the blue? I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling the blue for whatever reason. I'm not feeling it, and it's like I can't keep going. It is. Hi, Gail. Hello, Miss Phyllis. How are you? I'm sorry if I didn't see you come in. Yeah, it's for whatever reason on this bunny, it's not working. Like I've done the blue eggs. I like the eggs in that blue. But I think I originally had my mind set on pink, and that's why it's just not working for me. And if I don't like it, it's like I feel like I can't keep going. Does that make sense? Like you just know it's just not going to work for you and what you're like envisioning. And I think after doing that pink project yesterday and seeing how pretty that gold was with it, that's kind of what I want to go for. You vote for lavender. Well, I can't do nothing without wearing paint, so I guess that's normal. Like I said, I can't do it, y'all. I gotta go with pink. It's like a gut instinct. And if I keep going, I'm scared I'm not gonna like it. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, that pink goes with that gold. So pretty, and I think that's what we're gonna do. This one, actually, Miss Shelley Stacklin got this for me at TJ Maxx. So I would say TJ Maxx or Marshall's probably has this because they pretty much carry the same thing. They're kind of one and the same. I would hear you say you wanted to change to pink. I did pink yesterday too. It's a very light pink. So, like I said, I only like certain pinks. I don't like bright pink. But that barely pink in that folk art is so pretty. And I just love it. So that's what we're gonna do. You second lavender. I'll have to see if I can find some more of these and maybe do like a lavender. Because that would be pretty. I just don't have any like lavender type gemstones. So I would have to think of something else to do for the glasses. I do have pink gemstones, however. Thank you for the stars. Very much appreciated. All right, so now we're gonna pull out our pink. I just wanted to get a coat of white and cover up that blue as much as I could. So those of you that have good weather, who's gone out in their yards and started to play and clean up? Anybody? I thought about it for a hot minute. You do? All right, Evelyn. Where are you at again? And that's the other thing. I don't have like gold. I have like the bronzy colors, the amber colors, the coffee colors, like the topaz. I don't have anything actual gold. So, all right. So this is the pink I'm talking about. This is called Barely Pink by Folk Art. Get this at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to add a little bit of white just to tone it down a tiny bit. It is a chalk paint, you guys. I got one flower container. Already? Flowers? We don't do flowers here till after Mother's Day. Because there's always that chance that it could freeze. So we always wait till right after Mother's Day. I do have black gemstones, yes. They're black, but they're, how do I explain it? Like they throw off color too. Does that make sense? So I'm just toning it down a tiny bit. I just am using regular apple barrel white paints. Make sure she's nice and dry. Because now we're going with She. We have 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts up to 60. We're supposed to, I think, get that tomorrow. Not flowers, just got the container ready. Okay, gotcha. By the time I get my yard done, it'll already be fall. That's what I'm kind of thinking this year. Because there's so much to do and so much cleanup that didn't get done in the fall. So I got huge projects on my hands. Huge projects on my hands. I think my goal is just going to be, I'm going to clean it up as much as possible and make it as simple as possible. All right, I feel better now that there's pink. Hi, Phyllis. Hello, Susan. So that pink's gonna be pretty. It usually takes a couple coats, and then you get this beautiful, beautiful color. And like I said, we're gonna check her ears. I got a beautiful black and white, totally dazzled piece. We're gonna put gems on the eyeglasses after we paint that gold. I think we might just fine line it. I'm not 100% sure. I think it would be pretty fine line. And then that gold in there. And bring back that like porcelain kind of vibe to it. Hello, Annette. Hi, Karen. Peggy. Welcome in, ladies. Isn't he cute? And like I said, he was only like $5.99 at Marshall's. Actually, we're going to do black and pink checks. We're not going to do white in the ears. So we'll do checks in black over the pink. And I did have to prime it first because it was definitely very like slick, kind of like the bottom of this. See how shiny it is? It is a cute bunny. I like it. It's so super cute. And if we get some pink on the glasses, it's fine. We're going to paint those gold anyway. So it'll be just fine. Any big plans for anybody this weekend? Or are you guys all getting the same storm? Some of you might be getting it now. Do you have any fake eyelashes to put behind the glasses? I do not. In Maine, we usually wait till Memorial Day. It is a very pretty pink. I do love this pink. For me, it's got to be a really soft pink. So like on Easter, I like the pinks because they're super soft and more like pastel kind of look. I like kind of like some of the really soft, shabby Victorian kind of pinks. I tend to love like your deep, rich golds, and I love to do bottles, and I love the deep, rich colors and textures, and like the old kind of crusty looking golds, you know, layering waxes and so forth. That's kind of my vibe. But every once in a while, I'm like, hey, let's do something totally different. And let's go shabby and soft. I like a little bit of everything. And I almost did do a bottle tonight. And then I keep looking at this bunny going, it's got to get done. So why not do it tonight? Volunteering for, oh, how sweet is that? Hi, Glenda. I love that gal. So we're going to dry it, give it another coat, and then kind of decide from there. So we're thinking the fine line. It'll definitely help hide that imperfection in the porcelain. Hi, Miss Tammy. How are you? One good thing about that chalk paint, it definitely dries quick. Better than the blue? Okay. I really do try to go a little bit different, but when your gut tells you don't do it, especially once you've already laid it down and you're not a fan, it's kind of hard, and that's what I say, it's kind of hard to continue on with your project and fall in love with it if you really aren't feeling it right off the bat. Then I feel like no matter what you do, it's just not going to make sense to you, if that makes sense. And I think if I found like maybe a different blue and came up with some different ideas, I could definitely pull it off, but not the way that I was wanting to do it. It is a very pretty color. Yes, Nancy, she is. I just think it's so cute how this bunny has her head resting on her arm. It was so stinking cute. Especially being just like a bunny head. So the inside of those ears are so small. I'm just hoping I can check them and have them look good. I thought about prepping this beforehand and maybe drawing my checks out, but I knew that wasn't going to work because I wasn't 100% sure which direction we were going to go. I had said earlier today, actually when I was talking to a friend on the phone, that we're going to do a pink bunny. Then I said, well, maybe we'll do blue. Should have stayed with pink. It is. It's so pretty. And this is called, like I said, it's called Barely Pink by Folk Art. I get it at Hobby Lobby. What I need to do is just see if I can get myself a big old bottle of it, because it's probably my favorite. And you can change the tones of it, obviously, by if you want it a lot lighter, add some more white to it. So if you want it super soft. But I think if we fine line this and put some gold pigment into it, it's going to be gorgeous. I wish these glasses were removable. It would make painting it and actually fine lining it so much easier, but we'll work around them. So who do I have in here for Miss Brenda's page? Hello, Annette. Hi, Miss Lisa. Hi, Miss Cheryl. How are you? You from UK. Well, welcome, Sharon. Hi, Sybil. Thank you, Meg. Thank you, Miss Sybil. I appreciate it. From the UK, huh? Well, welcome in. I'm actually out in the Cleveland, Ohio area. I met Miss Brenda at the Sparkle Retreat this year because it was out in my area. So we spent a lot of time together there. Her and Mr. Lee. Welcome in, Glenda. brought one of those bottles from Hobby Lobby you crafted. Awesome, Rita. When you're finished with it, you'll have to put it on my, hi Sharon, you'll have to put it on my VIP page. So I do have a VIP page, Nicole's Recycled Treasures VIP. Feel free to post your projects in there. You can't sell in there, and if you're posting lives, please only do your own lives. That way it doesn't clog up the feed with nothing but lives in there, but you can post your own live if you go live in there. We just don't allow any selling of anything in there. Lisa, I will probably be at bowling. I'm not going per se, but I'll probably meet everybody up at the bowling alley. But no, I'm not going to the actual, like, retreat itself. Are you going to be there, Lisa? If so, I'll see you at the bowling alley. Hello, Deborah. All right, I think we are covered. Let me give her a dry, turn her around. Absolutely, Peggy. Always. And I don't know if Brenda or Lee are in here, but if they could drop Miss Brenda's page, her link for her page, in case anybody was not following, that would be awesome. Okay, that pink is too cute. Trying to find a flight. Gotcha. Let me just get around the edges of the bottom. I'm not going to paint the whole bottom. I just want to make sure the edging is all done. I don't want to pick it up and, hey, you missed a spot. Just kind of overlap here a little bit. Hey, cute. Hi, Darlene. How are you? Look how cute that pink is. All right, so hi, Regine. Let's make sure we're all the way dry. I think we're gonna use the pale gold. Thank you, Peggy. So Grammy's Crafts and Craziness. If you're not following, please go follow my friend. I know she's got me shared over. She's dealing with some family issues right now, so. Okay, look how stinking pretty that is. So, oh, thank you, Miss Sue. Hey, Shannon. We're gonna use the pale gold. So the piece I did yesterday, I don't have finished. So we did that same pink, except I did not change the color, and I'm not finished with it yet. But look how pretty those colors are together. So we're gonna do the same thing on this, except we're gonna fine line, and we're gonna paint the glasses gold. So we'll do that first. That way we're not painting onto the fine line, right? So let's do that. I am going to dampen my brush really quick, just in case I need to go back to the pink, because we all know I waste so many brushes. Dipping back in, going, oops, I missed a spot. So we're gonna take our pale gold pigment from Posh Chalk, which is Would You Bend. And then we're gonna take our pigment infuser. I know, Stealthy Sue, right? Sue always just pops up. We only need a little bit, y'all. And we're gonna mix up that pale gold. gonna paint those glasses. We're gonna have to do the checks too. And then we'll fine line. Yes. Look at me trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Find my little pencil. Thanks, Peggy. So if you're looking, when you see this gold on here, so you can get this at Would You Bend, and you can find that under my link tree, or type in ! Would You Bend, all one word, lowercase, and you'll find my link. And I'm telling you, you're gonna love this gold. Love, love, love this gold. It is so pretty with this pink. And we're just gonna mix those two together and get this gorgeous, gorgeous color. I was gonna use liquid leaf, but I love the way this gold looks with that pink. We're gonna put the same pigment into the crackle as well. So when we fine line it, that pigment's gonna sit into that crackle and it's gonna look absolutely beautiful. We're not gonna paint this in there, we're just gonna use the loose metal, the loose pigments. Thank you, Meg. So I need an itty bitty, like a little brush. Hi, Patty, how are you? Hello, Sharon. So this is what that paint's gonna look like. Look how beautiful that is. It's just so shiny, so beautiful. And we're gonna put it right over the glasses. And yes, we are gonna put gems on here, but it's gonna have gold behind it, which I think is gonna be pretty. Thank you, Miss Sybil. Like I said, the glasses were black, but there's really no way to take the glasses off without breaking it. So I had to prime the glasses as well. We see how that gold, it'll take another coat. I think it's just the tricky part of getting all around in there. It's so pretty, right? Hello, Celeste. How are you? Hi, Margaret. So like on one part of the face right here, it's like the glasses are touching the face, which makes it a little harder to kind of get into. So I may have to get an even tinier brush, believe it or not. Let's see what I got here. Actually, this one might work. It's pretty flat. So I get these, believe it or not, at the Dollar Tree. They're double-sided, like so. And you get like 3 brushes for $1. I don't know, these are great. They're not the greatest brushes, but for $1.25, if you have to toss them, you have to toss them. It's no big loss. like I said, they're not the greatest brushes, but for itty bitty brushes, for detail brushes, because I am rough on a lot of my brushes. I have my favorites that I like to get, and believe it or not, I do take pretty decent care of those, but I'm pretty rough on my brushes, and detail brushes I'm the worst on. So for $1.25, I snag these every time I go in there just so that I have them on standby in case I need them. And a lot of them are double-sided, so you get like this little itty-bitty skinny on one side. And the way these go into the head is so awkward. Sue, I don't know how you do minis like this. It would drive me bonkers. Sue and Miss Shelley Stacklin do these minis, and I don't know how they paint them and have all the patience for it, because it certainly is not me. I love their work, but there ain't no way that that is something I could consistently do. Hi, Sandra. Hello, Debbie. Oh, almost. Almost had an accident. Can you hear the birds chirping outside my window's closed? Okay, I think you can probably see that gold a lot better. Look how pretty that gold is. What am I looking at right there? Turn your bunny upside down. How are you, Miss Glorious? I always say turn your projects upside down so you can see where you missed, because I promise you, you probably did. And of course, these got to be some tedious little suckers. Even though we're putting gems on them, you're going to see the rest of the gold on these glasses, so that's why we're doing the gold. I want wherever the gems aren't touching to still be pretty, right? Thank you for the stars, Rita. Very much appreciated. I think she's going to look cute when she's all said and done. I almost feel like I want to... now I'm debating the checks in the ears, and I'm thinking polka dots. Hi, Luann. What do you guys think of white polka dots instead? Thank you for the stars, Luann. You ladies are so sweet. I appreciate that very much so. Like, what if we did white polka dots everywhere? Would that go with fine line, though? Oh, man down. Hello, Dwayne. Of course, I got gold paint right there. Hi, Lynn. Are you guys getting the weather? Is that why you're watching? I'm going to have to touch that area up with pink. So sweet, Lynn. I knew my big old hands were going to get in the way of trying to get this gold down in here. It is coming tonight, Lynn, for you guys. I know I saw Terry's post. She was getting wind. I know a lot of people are getting it right now. Gold polka dots would be, you know what? Gold polka dots would actually be super cute. Because I was just thinking, how am I going to incorporate the gold elsewhere? Crappy weather tomorrow, time to button down. Yeah, I don't know how bad we're going to get hit in Ohio. I hear some places are supposed to get smacked, but I don't know. I don't know that like my area of Ohio is going to get it a lot. There's a storm southwest of us moving this way and another northwest coming this way. Oh, so you're going to get double trouble. Okay, I think we're good with the gold on the glasses. One last peek going around. Now remember how I dampened my brush that I used in the pink paint, right? That would be because I always keep it on standby just in case, because now I gotta touch up the pink behind the glasses here because I smacked her face with gold. Okay, so there's her glasses. So I'm gonna take just a tiny drop of pink here. Take my damp brush just into a little bit of that paint that's on my plate. You're in Tennessee. Gotcha. I wasn't even holding my thumb up. Y'all, I don't know how I give myself thumbs up all the time. A little redonkulous at this point. All right, let's dry her up and then decide, because I really want to use this little egg like from Totally Dazzled. Check the egg. It's like in gold and white, black. Kind of really want to check the ears. I don't know, maybe we stick with our original. We check the ears, we fine liner. Let's get these in the water. Yes, everybody needs to stay safe. So this is super, I'm going to try to just hand draw these checks They're not going to be perfect, but we're going to attempt it. Oh boy. This is when I need Shelly. If we go from right here. Y'all, this is probably, hopefully the storms will be tuckered out by the time South Jersey, yeah. Hopefully it's not, hopefully it's just one of those things they're just guessing they're going to be wicked, you know, like precaution, and they're not. Why can't I? Oh my God, these are going to be some itty bitty checks. What am I doing? You've seen the weather map? All right, Nicole, think. So if I do checks, I'm going to have to come, I got to do 2, right? Why can't I think? All of a sudden my brain drew a blank on how to do checks. Explain that to me. I have a dish over here that I was checking. Where the heck did it go? Y'all, I don't know if I can do checks in the ears. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For whatever reason, it's not processing for me. It is not working. Can I use the small stencils? No, the small stencils are even gonna be too big because, so this is the outside. So I really need to get the checks from here, like in this tiny little area between my pencil. So what do we think about polka dots? We could totally do polka dots. Maybe do, I think that's what I'm gonna do, honestly. I think we could do white and gold polka dots in the ears. It'd be super, it's hard for me to check, so maybe somebody that's got like a lot of experience with checks, it would be great for them, but it's not gonna work for me. Hi, Julia. So I'm gonna get my little dotting tool, and we're gonna do polka dots. So, oh, okay, here we go. We're gonna do a white, titanium white, polka dots gold. Could you do paint lines like a plaid? No, I'm definitely not that good. Definitely not. I can do like regular checks, even sometimes on a smaller piece, but for whatever reason, I don't think I'm gonna get checks on that little itty bitty area. It's just not gonna happen. I thought the area was a little bit bigger, but it's not, it's fine. So we'll do whites. So I get this from Dollar Tree. It's like this little dotting tool. I think we're going to use... They're overrated. I like them. I just... Let me see how big this one is. Okay, that's a good size. I'm going to water this down a little bit. I like mine a little thinner. Just a tiny bit. You can use enamel paint if you feel better about that. I don't use a lot of it, even when I do my checks. I use matte black and I'll go back over. So I dip my little dotter in there and then I offload. And we're going to do gold and white. Hi, Peggy. How are you? And I'll go and I'll dot a couple times as long as it's giving me a good dot, because then you get like bigger and smaller dots, and that's kind of what I want. See how like some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller? You much prefer the dots, yeah. So then we're gonna go in, I'm gonna try the dot on the small side because I don't wanna like overpower it. Your stylist for the 90s, that's awesome. And we're gonna bring in some gold polka dots too, and we can go back and forth if we feel the need to add more. How cute. So I think I'm gonna go in on the small side of this with the white. And then go back in with a couple more gold, and then I think that's it for that. And then we will fine line. Look how cute in the ears. Okay, I think we're good in the dots on the ears. What do you guys think? I think checks would have overpowered the pink color of the bunny. Polka dots look much better. Yeah, the polka dots are cute. So I'm looking for, oh Lord, I know it's over here. Thank you. I know I have more of those brushes. I'm going to just fix where I see some of this gold on the glasses, where I may have missed. She is so cute. They just add something sweet and cute to it. I'm more concerned about like the underside and so forth, not seeing any of that white that I'm trying to cover here. Because even though we're going to put gems in the glasses, how stinking cute is that? Okay. All right, so that's what we got so far. We're going to dry that. We're going to bring out our fine line. Going to do the same to yours. And here's, oh, man down. Here's the thing is, it's not working out so well. Alrighty, we're gonna put this right in the water. Okay. So, like I said, I have that little Totally Dazzled button, but I also have a much smaller one. Like this one came from Hobby Lobby, so this one's itty bitty. We could probably, or we could find a bow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They are cute, right? All right, we're gonna use our fine line, and we're gonna fine line the body of the bunny. Let's make sure she is totally dry. I don't think I'm gonna do the, I don't know, do we do, I don't think we do the inside of the ears. What do you guys think? What if we do just, I'm trying to think. I wish she had a tail. Thank you, Rhonda. How full is that water jar? Which water jar? Thank you for the stars. That my brushes are in. Do you mean how many brushes are in there? It's only like half full. It's not full. I feel like I want to do something other than fine line. What am I making? I don't know what it is I'm making. I don't know that I want to do fine line. When do I never want to do fine line? I like want to make her a necklace. And put a cottontail on her butt. Excuse me. Goodness. So I feel like I want to make a necklace. I thought about soft touching her, but I don't know. And it's so hard because see how she's got her hand up there? But if I did come around the neck like this, like rather than putting fine line on her, oh yay, vey. I feel like you just told, I'm not lying to you, Lynn. I promise you, it is only half full. Totally not lying to you. And then I could find like a little brooch or something to put there. It can't be silver, it's gotta be gold. You know what? I might have something, but it's sitting on my bed. It's a great place for it, right? Make a tail with clay. So see what I mean? Like we could totally make a necklace and put a brooch and bling out the glasses and maybe just do fine line from the neck down. Let me see if I have some to make a necklace. Hold on one second. They're on my stinking bed. Hold on. Oh, you babe. Don't judge. All right. And then I have a drawer here with stuff in it. Yank the drawer and bring it with me. Is this it? Or is this it? Nope, this is it. Oh, good idea. Fine line, just part of her. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I want to... I want to make her a brooch. These are all too big. How cool would this be if it was just that part of the cameo instead of the key? I don't think a fleur-de-lis is going to work. Let's see what I got here. These are too big. I think these are going to be too big. How about outlining the ears in gold? I could totally do that. Could 100% do that. I'm looking for like a bling piece. Not that I don't have 10,000 pieces, but I want to make a brooch. The only thing is they're on the other side of my desk. Like, look how cute this is. Oh my God, this is probably small enough. I wish it was gold, but I think we could make it work. What if we did this? The only thing is it's not gold. I could paint the outside of it gold. I don't know. That's an option. And then too big. Look, I'm going a totally different direction than I said I was going to go. Too big, but I do have these. Hi, Sheila Tegan. How are you? These are gold. Do you have any of those little pink molds? You could create something pretty for her. No, I want it to be like blingy, if that makes sense. We could totally do it with the checks, and I think we'll be okay, but I was just hoping to have something a little bit smaller. But I think this rope would be too big. We could go a smaller chain. That's actually a lot prettier. So we'll put the big one away. That's too much. And actually then we could put that little checked piece on there. All right, I think I got it. I don't have any little Totally Dazzled bows. I have no little bows, unfortunately. Lots of it would be nice. I'm not pulling that bling drawer out. Let me grab my other bling drawer. If I pull that bling drawer out, I already lost Treese. I'm gonna lose Lynn. And she's gonna have a coronary. Looking at that drawer. Where is my bling drawer? Right here. Here's one of them. Lynn. This is cute. It's pink. Those would be cute. It doesn't fit her. The hard part is finding like gold. I could tear this apart. What about like a little gold heart? We're gonna hold on to that, because that's a possibility. Is that gold, or is that's a possibility. This is where I have like itty bitty pieces, because it can't be too big. It's got to be just the right size. That's too big. Wrong gold. No, I want her to be cute. I'm not going anywhere. I missed the last 3 weeks and I'll never catch up. You can't get rid of me. Oh my God, you're so funny. So I have this pink, but I don't know. I don't think against the pink. I kind of don't like that. I kind of really like this. So let's see if I can get this heart off of here. Maybe without cutting it. There it goes. Come on out. There it is. The gold heart, yeah, I think the gold heart would be cute. So there's the gold heart. Or maybe it would go, why is it upside down? We'll make it work. All right, let's glue this sucker on, and we can do the fine line around it. I just won't glue the heart. And then we're gonna have to bling out the glasses. I like this smaller chain is much cuter than I think that big bulky one. Well, this went a whole different direction than I thought it was gonna go. It's usually what happens, or what's been happening lately anyway. I've not been sticking to what I originally thought I was gonna do. I almost feel like I want to put this chain around her glasses, no joke, just so it matches. Now these scissors have seen better days, so hopefully they cut. There they go. See, so now she's got like a little necklace. I mean, she's obviously got her arm up here, so it doesn't go all the way around in a circle. And then I'm thinking the little heart. I'm gonna have to cut that little bottom piece off, but the heart could go right there. What do you guys think? already, they're loosey-goosey. Do you like the little heart on there? Or do we like the check? You guys tell me. Because I could also put this pin on there. Let me see what that looks like up there. I'm going to have to cut the back off. See, now that's kind of cute. You guys like the check piece? Look, now I'm just going to start pulling them all out. I even like this, not going to lie. I think that's cute too. The little CC. So the heart, the check, or the little CC. I think we're supposed to get them, Sheila. I just don't know how bad we're going to get it, but I know that a lot of people are in the path of it. Thanks, Sheila. You guys tell me. The heart, the CC, or the check? I kind of like the check too now that I'm looking at it. Check out. What does that mean? Check as in you don't like the check? The check does go cute with the pink. The heart is pretty. You guys are all over. All right, so I'm going to see how this check piece sits in there. Maybe. I feel like I'm going to lose an eyeball. Jeez, oh man. Put a little bling around her wrist. I don't know if I'll be able to get this to sit on there is the only thing. Check or heart. Do you have a totally... I do not have... No, I don't have any of the totally dazzled ones. I'm kind of digging the CC. But I'm also kind of digging... I like all three of them. I don't know. Let's fine liner. We're going to fine line from the neck down. And then decide if we want to fine line from the neck up. I have safety glasses. I don't even wear gloves. It looks like we are getting... slammed. It's gonna be a long night and day tomorrow. Oh no, did I not take this off? Y'all, take this off of your lid when you get your stuff because it will dry out your product. Hopefully that's not what just happened to me. Whew, thank God. Just the very top. Okay. So, fine line two-step process, right? Clean, dry brush. You're going to put step one on. It's going to take a little bit to dry. Step one is pretty thick. It is recommended and probably best for you to do step one, let it dry, come back to it, and then do step two, let it dry and come back to it. But for live purposes, obviously we do dry it with our tool, our heat tool. You just want to make sure you keep your heat tool moving so that you don't burn your product. And you can get any of these on, you can get the fine line if you're looking for it on Craft and Chaos under my link tree. This is made by Pen Art. How about fine line neck down and outside of ears? I'm debating on, I'm going to do from the neck down, see how I like it, because we can always fine line back up. Does that make sense? And I'm going to see what maybe outlining the ears in gold looks like. So we're going to kind of see how this goes. Like I said, this went a whole different direction than I originally planned. Okay, I'm going to close that up. I am in Illinois and we have 2 systems. Yeah, Lynn says they're going to get smacked. Okay, so maybe it's a little more than half full, Lynn. A little more than half full. We still have some time. You're going to take your heat tool to it, and you want to keep your heat tool moving so you don't burn it. Hello, Julie. How are you? Used too much step 1 and maybe too much heat. It didn't work well. Need more practice. Thank you, Sue. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I could soft touch the inside, but it would take away from like that gold. It would definitely mattify the gold, and I kind of really like the gold in the ears. So I may just outline, like edge the ears in gold. And then kind of go from there. I may end up fine lining the whole thing. I'm just not sure. Hi, Sarah. How are you? So we have our step 1 down. And you're just going to keep your heat tool moving. It takes a good 5 to 7 minutes, just depending. I'm good, Lisa. How's your daughter? She is cute. So then we got to figure out what color we're going to put on her glasses. So I have like all these different colors. So I'm going to keep my heat tool moving. So Miss Shannon sent me some of these. I don't know. Do we want to do, well, we didn't go with blue. Do we want to go with pink? Because I have like these light pink stones. And like I said, I don't have gold. Doing better? Good. He's not here and won't be home until 9:10 at night. Oh, is it coming before that, Lynn? Yikes. Thank you. I put silver foil transfers down, then did the fine line crackle. It cracked the foil. It was such a cool effect. Yeah, I love fine line. Because you can literally put it on anything. What do you guys think of the pink stones? I think the pink against the gold would be pretty. Like that light pink. I could do clear and pink. Absolutely. I'm watching intently. So we put the first step down. We only did it from the neck down. It goes down like that creamy white color. So this is your step 1. Clean, dry brush. Don't keep going over it. Put your coat down. Don't go over, you know, you don't want to keep going over where you put your fine line. Just go to your next section, so forth. So you see like that white spot right there on the shoulder that is not dry. You want to make sure that gets dry, but you don't want to keep your heat there. So when you see any of those, keep moving your heat tool that is not 100% dry yet. Like I said, your best results are going to be let this sit and dry on its own. Come back, put down step 2, let it sit and dry on its own, and then once that's dry, take your heat tool to it, and the heat will activate and bring out more of that crackle, especially if you don't see much once you let it dry on its own. But for live purposes, this is how we do it. Would look like she has 24 karat gold glasses with diamonds. If you did that, actually, that would be really cute. What's most likely what you did wrong, Miss Donna? Like kept going over like the step one. So you see, like when I brush it on, I go like, say I did back here. So don't take your brush and go over this again. Go next to it, next to it, next to it. Because you'll feel that it's like thick and tacky, and as your brush is going down, it's got like that, you'll feel it like your brush sticks. You don't want to do that. Just lay it down and then go to your next section. Lay it down, go to your next section. Don't keep going over it like you would paint. Does that make sense? Oh, good, Sarah. No, she has not, Miss Lynn. Whose birthday is it? Did I miss someone's birthday? Yeah, it'll like drag. I use the one step crackle, and I know that one, the thicker you use it. Yeah, yeah. So if you were gonna do that, you would wait for, like if you wanted to do that, Donna, you would wait for step one to dry and then put another step one. Does that make sense? So wait for it to dry, then put another step one if that's what you were wanting to do. But you don't want to put it over it while it's wet. So we're almost there. I only have a couple spots, and like I said, this just takes a little bit of patience. Hi, Jackie. It's almost there, but you don't want to keep the heat on it. You will burn it. You'll see it. I've done it. And then it's just not going to work for you. Hi, Gloria. Hello, Edith. You'll notice if you burned it, it does like this bubble up kind of effect, and that's not what you want at all. Okay, so now we're going to go in with step two. So it gives it that like beautiful, shiny kind of appearance, right? Like you see this is where it's just matte. So this is step two. This one kind of looks like honey, or it's just got like an amber. Yeah, you had a bubble. Thank God it's not your birthday. Is that what you just said? Why do you say that? Why do you say thank God it's not yours? So this one doesn't take as long to dry, and this one's much thinner. So pay attention to where you started with this, because here's the problem. If you don't, and you go back over where you already put it, because this step two is actually what crackles step one. You're not crackling your paint. You're not crackling your actual paper or anything like that. These work within each other so that the one step crackles the first step. So if you keep going over it with step two after it's already dry, you're not going to get that crackle that you're looking for. So I always start where I can see that I started it, because now you're putting it on this surface which is warm, which is going to help dry it a lot quicker. You're not old. Stop it. I'd say you're as old as you feel, but sometimes I feel like I'm 100 years old, so I never say that anymore. So I know I didn't do this arm, and that's where I started, was next to the arm. So I'm just gonna come up along her little hand. And one thing is, this does not like any water-based product, so never put a baby wipe or anything like that onto your fine line. Don't even use a damp brush that's maybe been washed in the last couple days. I always wait at least 48 hours to use my brushes for fine line, or as Lynn will tell you, probably a week. But what I will tell you too is that my hands get very sweaty. I can see where I missed a spot. My hands get very sweaty, so I try not to touch it with my hands either, because you can leave like little fingerprints and so forth. And you want to use a solvent-based sealer. Don't use Duraclear or anything like that with this. Same thing with your, do not use your bare wax. Everything needs to be solvent-based when you're working with this. Hi, Annette. You could add a single strand of the bling wrap around the arm where she is leaning, and that would be cute. So same thing, we're going to use our heat tool, and like I said, the second step doesn't take as long to dry as the first step. And the funny thing is I can hear it. I can hear it start to crackle depending on what it's on, which is the weirdest thing. And you'll see it start to crackle if you're holding it in the light. But when you really see it is when you put all your pigments in there. And because this is a small area, I'm not using my big heat tool, so it takes a little bit longer if you're not, but this is such a small piece, I didn't want to use like my really hot heat tool, so I'm just using this one. And this one does take a little bit longer. But I already see some crackles forming. It's like my favorite thing in the world because it just gives it a cracked porcelain look, like old school. It's so pretty. And you can use your pen art antique pastes in here and all the colors that they have available, your metal pigments. I've seen people use mica powders in this. My favorite is always the gold. They have shingles flapping in the wind. That's not good already. Thanks, Penelope. She's gonna be cute. She needs a name. Well, you guys come up with a name. The only thing I can think of is Priscilla. I don't know, just came to mind. It's kind of like it back in the rescue days when I used to do dog rescue. For 2 years straight, we couldn't use the same name twice because we never knew for record reasons which dog was which. So we always gave ourselves like a 2-year window. So if we had a dog named Priscilla, we couldn't name another one Priscilla for at least 2 years. Excuse me. But I had a couple Priscillas and I loved it. Sophia, that's cute. Okay, so I don't know, that camera might not be picking up any of that crackle. It's actually not, because, well, a little bit, if you, depending on how you look at it. And they're up high by the point of the roof. What is that called? The peak? See, I got that. Petunia's cute. We're gonna actually use the pale gold. Same one we painted the glasses with. And we're gonna put that into here. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush like so, and you want a dry towel, microfiber cloth, paper towel. I didn't even check to make sure it's dry everywhere. Should probably do that. And again, I'm not touching it with my hands because my hands get super sweaty, y'all. I can see that it's crackled everywhere, so I'm pretty confident that it's dry, but all right. Love the crackle. It's so pretty, right? So I take my metal pigment, or in this case, we're using the Posh Chalk pigment in pale gold because I want to match her glasses. And we're just going to brush that right on, and don't get scared. Just brush it right on. Oh, and then we're going to wipe it back, and you're going to see that it's in all of those beautiful cracks. The storms are past you. That's good. Just gently wipe away. And remember, we didn't do it up here, so I only got to her hand, right? And I'm going to show you how to correct anything in here with the transparent wax where there may have been just a little too much pigment, or I may not have hit the brush with either step 1 or step 2, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't mind it because I think it, especially when I do like vintage looking bottles, I love the look on the bottles when it does that. But let me get across the back and then I'll show you what we're looking at. Just move your pigments around. So not only are these great to paint with, but they're beautiful in your crackle. Yes, this one is a powder. That light is messing with my eyes today, y'all. Do you see all that crackle? Look how beautiful that is. So you'll see in the edges there where there's like a heavy deposit, and then right there and right up here. And then there's one at the elbow there. So I think most of that will come out. I just wipe, I'm going to put a little more pigment in there. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to wipe that back. Thank you. And most of that where you have like those areas. So all that really is I probably didn't get into those crevices, so it does sit there. Does that make sense? A little heavier, but I'm going to show you how to remove that if you want to remove it. So it doesn't faze me whatsoever. I love it, but you will get, this is the transparent wax paste by Pen Art. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take your little towel. This is how I do it. You can put it on a brush, but I just take a little bit on your towel, get it on there, and then you're going to clean that up with your transparent wax, and it comes right off. So in the crease here, I took it all out. See how it's not there anymore, but I'm going to leave it down here in the crease. And I'll take a little bit off the hand here. But I actually like that because to me that gives it that old school kind of like porcelain look. I love that. Does that make sense? So it doesn't faze me, but if it bothers you, you just take your transparent wax and wipe it off. It'll come right off for you. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to use your... How the heck did I get balloons? Thank you, Sybil. What do you do to get balloons? What? I don't... My page has gone wonky. This is the solvent-based clear varnish. So you want to use a solvent base. They have the clear varnish, and then they have the solvent-based glossy varnish in, this is Soive. It's the antique looking. It's the antique one. So this just gives you more of like an antique hue, especially over white. You're not going to notice it over black or anything. It'll still be super glossy. Now, what I will tell you when you use this solvent-based varnish is your brushes. I think it is the bunny ears. What's the bunny ears? This one does take a bit longer. Oh, you think it's the bunny ears. Oh, because it's this, right? Is it this? I don't even know, y'all. If I hold the bunny up, I have no idea. My page just decides when it's going to give me a thumbs up, when it's apparently going to give me balloons and all kinds of things. So this solvent-based varnish it's got an odor to it. It is solvent-based, so it is a little stinky. Have a fan on, open a window. It's pretty strong. So Sarah, I probably wouldn't use it in the same room as like your birds, but so if you're sensitive to smells, this one does linger for a little while. And it does take a bit longer to dry. So I am going to use my heat tool to kind of dry it. It's going to take a few moments, but it's still not going to be fully cured to touch. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to like grab a hold of this, I kind of usually let it sit, and I'll put a couple coats on. If you do not coat this, however, it will continue to crackle. And then if you set it in the sun, the heat, the cold, whatever, I'll tell you from experience, I accidentally shipped a piece out that I did not, and I didn't even realize I did it. I was trying to figure out what I did. I did not clear coat it. And in this cold weather, all that fine line started to peel off. So it does need solvent-based varnish. Do not stick this in water. You're going to use rubbing alcohol for it. Thank you, Sue. So Sue did put the link in for this. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't have to be just for fine line. I use that solvent base because it's so shiny and pretty on some of my other projects too, because it's a great top coat, but I love the shine of it. So I don't use it just for fine line. You'll catch me using it for other things too, just because I love it that much. I think Trish is. I don't know. So use at least 91% rubbing alcohol. Do not stick this in water. If you stick your brush in water, your brush is going to freeze up because it's solvent-based. So your brush is going to get like rock hard and you're going to ruin your brush. So I always get a little cup. You can use a cup. I just happen to use my silicone mat. You can throw it in your hair too. I happen to use my silicone mat for everything. And then you can wash it the way you would regularly wash your brushes, but do not put it in water. So we're just gonna dry this. No, you're not, Trish? Okay, that's good. Hi, Alexandria, how are you? So we're gonna give this a good dry. And then, so you think pink and clear stones for the glasses? What time do we have? Almost 8 o'clock. Thank you guys for all the stars. I appreciate that. So see how shiny that is? Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. I can't wait to see you do it. So we're gonna make sure this is nice and dry. So pink and clear gemstones is what we're doing on the glasses, right? But no, I'm not. We're getting some, but I don't think we're getting the bad stuff. Okay, that's good. What do I got for itty bitty gems? We can use those, I think. I had just bought some and I have no idea where I put them. Hi Kay, how are you? Hi Molly. So what I'm going to attempt to do is not touch it's pretty good. We're just going to kind of leave that. I have like a little spot right there that I don't like. I'll fix later. So we're going to do pink and clear gemstones. And I'm not going to be able to glue the little brooch on just yet. And I think I might outline the ears in gold too. I haven't fully decided. But do I have a little tray I can put these in? Oh, man down. Well, I probably do now. I just dumped all those. So we'll do pink. I think these are a little bigger than what I would like, but we'll be all right. And clear. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hi, Kitty. How are you? Katie. All right, let's do some B7000. So do we do just the rims? Or do we do the side as well? What do you guys think? I mean, we're definitely going to do the rims, right? Let's start there. So I'm not going to touch where I put that solvent base sealer. So the pink is definitely bigger than those silver ones, but I still think it's going to be cute. Did you miss me? The neighbor said, well, that was next on our list. Well, thinking they're probably wishing they bumped that up the list a little bit. Okay, this is really cute. Let me get a few more on here and I'll show you. Is it? Like on your bunny or your glasses? I know a lot of people bling out their own glasses. Just the rims? We can do just the rims of the glasses. Oh my God. Look how stinking cute that is. Seriously? Do it all. Let's do one whole rim here, and then we'll kind of decide what we're going to do. She is cute, right? Be a lot of bling, y'all, just saying. Thank you. Man down. Yeah, anybody that's getting these storms, please stay safe. And if you're in here and you're getting them, like I said, I have my VIP page. You can either private message me or post on that VIP page that you guys are safe. Because that makes me nervous. I keep forgetting which color it goes next. I don't know where Treese went. Maybe she's having dinner. Where did that gem just go? I know it's dinner time for a lot of people right now, so it's all good. I kind of hop in and out of people's rooms all the time. Oh my God, how stinking cute. Look at that. That's adorable. So do we go across? What if I go across in just silver? From blue to pink? She did. I don't know if you were here, Sheila. I started out blue and I went to pink and I got yelled at. So I just did silver going across the glasses because I feel like that little area was just too tiny for like the big pink stones. But then we can go back into rotating pink and crystal. Kimberly, she came from TJ Maxx. My friend Shelly Stacklin grabbed her while she was shopping there and sent me a picture because I said I wanted a bunny head, but not like the Hobby Lobby. Like I didn't want the Hobby Lobby one. I mean, I did, but I said, see if you can find a bunny head. And they were only $5.99. So it was cute and tiny. And I said, snag it. Nothing out here as far as Goodwill. I haven't seen anything Easter. Everything's still Christmas and Halloween. All I keep seeing is Christmas and pumpkins. I don't see any Easter whatsoever. I don't see much of anything, in all honesty. It's like they don't have anything anymore. I don't know what's going on with the Goodwills. It's like their shelves are empty. I heard somebody saying that people aren't donating as much to them anymore because of the prices they're charging. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's they're selling online. I don't know what the deal is, but Oh, that one just went into nowhere land. And who's been getting the B7000 and it like dries up super fast? Does anybody else have that problem? Or I had a couple tubes here and it was like they were yellow. Like the glue was yellow. That one went into the abyss. I typically donate to ambets in my area. We're almost there, y'all. Then I'm gonna, their prices are ridiculous. They are here too. They are here too. It makes it very hard now. It used to be you'd be able to go in there and find stuff, and now, and if you do, it's not even affordable. So by the time I pay for it and everything that I need to do to it, just to prep it and then make it over, half the time it's like, yeah, no. I mean, trays are getting harder and harder. Tea sets are ridiculous at the thrift store anymore. Last one. You can buy it from the store for the same price. Yeah, they don't, believe it or not, I've been stopping by the Goodwills and they don't have anything. Okay, those glasses are cute as can be. I'm glad we didn't go all pink, because look how cute. So I feel like the head is just too, it's too plain. Let me just make sure this is all dry. I cannot draw eyes to save my life, so that's not going to happen. And I can see where I would like some eyeballs on her, but thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate it. Hi, Barb. Hello, Paula. But how stinking cute. She is cute. So I think this is dry enough. So what did we decide on? They look like Jimmy crystals. So, okay, the CC is not going to work now that we got like a pink and crystal. So I don't like that anymore. And I'll tell you what, I don't even like the checks anymore on there. Like, there's just too much going on. So I'm thinking the gold heart is it. It's going to have to be the gold heart. Yep. So I'm just going to file that where we had to cut off that little end piece. Maybe false. That is something I definitely don't have as false eyelashes. Yeah, the heart is going to be perfect. We're going to let that sit there for just a minute. Again, not the way I thought this was gonna play out, but she's pretty stinking cute. Oh, those gems are not getting picked up. Hi, Chris. Kimberly, that bunny has expensive taste. I don't even know what a pair of Jimmy Crystals costs, guys. I don't wear glasses, so probably should at this rate, but I'm gonna give that a second to dry. It is so cute. So I'm thinking we're gonna do gold up along the ear. Heart with the glasses, now they're blinged out. Yeah, I didn't like the other, I don't like any of the black ones, any of the ones that had black on it. Hopefully that stays on there. Look how stinking cute that heart is on there. That heart is adorable. So we're gonna have to leave that laying like so. What I'm wondering is if this this paint is still workable. No, it's not. It's been sitting under the fan. But what I want to do is, let me just edge the ears a little bit, and then I think she'll be done. Oh my God, it's already 8 o'clock. I'm going to take that pale gold. I'm just going to put a little bit in here. And I'm going to take a little tiny brush. I'm afraid to ask, LOL. So I'm actually going to be next Saturday evening, I'm in an event with the Crazy Crafting Crew, and instead of actually doing a project, I'm going to be doing, for that hour long that I'm in that event, I will actually be auctioning off pieces. I don't know how many, I don't know exactly what's going into it yet, but, and then sometime in April will be a regular auction, like somewhere around the beginning of April. Oh, thank you. Keep getting kicked into someone that was telling you, it's been happening to me a lot. I don't know what the dealio is. I think I'm watching one person. Next thing I know, I'm watching somebody else. And who's having problems on my replays? Because I've seen it with a few people now. And I guess it's on a few different people's replays too. They're having problems with replays. I know they just did an update, so I don't know if that'll fix it, but that's kind of a bummer too. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are having, do we like the gold around the ear? That kind of sets it off a little more, right? Just a little bit. Several creators. Do we like that gold? Well, we're doing it, but it's already on there. I'm just coming up along the edge and just kind of like outlining it a little bit. Luckily, I've been able to see your replays with awesome, Erin. Yeah, I don't know why it gives some people a hard time and some people it doesn't. You like the gold? So I'm just very lightly going in with the gold, y'all. We like that? Let's see if I can turn this down. I wonder if it makes a difference with Android or Apple. I don't know. I have no idea. We like the, oh, like on the ears. That pretty? I got B7000 glue strings. Hi, Carly. How are you? What do you guys think? I need to do something with her nose. Do we paint that nose? Like, do I put a little bit of gold on that nose, or is that just too much? Hearts up if you like the gold around the ears. I think she's cute. And then I will do the gloss at the top of the head too, so that it's not like matte and then not, you know what I mean, matte and glossy. I'll do it so it's glossy all over the place. Thank you, Phyllis. I'm glad we went with the heart. The heart is adorable. It's not 100% set yet, but she'll be glossy everywhere. Gold on her nose would be cute, you think? Well, here's the thing. What if I just do a shadow of gold on her nose? Just a little bit. I'm not going to dip into that brush again. We're just going to create like a shadow. If not, I can paint over it with pink. Okay, so she's got like, it's still pink, but it's got like a little bit of gold shadowing on her. Okay, that's kind of cute. I like that. I don't think I'm going to go any further. She looks like a Roxy Rose. And like I said, I'm going to do the top of her all glossy too with the same varnish. She's adorable. I love her. Maybe try a little bit of pink blush on her nose. I think that was just enough. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? Super cute. And then that gloss, once I put that on around the ears and so forth, it'll make that stand out a lot more too. Gold in the ear suits it, yes. I'm not even going to attempt to draw whiskers, y'all. I can't draw nothing. All of a sudden, this thing will turn from adorable to cartoon in a second. No joke. And I see a little gold dot here that somehow, I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to fix it. Okay. All right, y'all. I think that's it. We're already past 8 o'clock. I've been here for a little more than 2 hours with me. So cute, right? And then she's got that fine line crackle all down at the bottom, that adorable little chain necklace. Name her Angela for Brenda's Angels. Okay, we'll name her Angela. I think she's cute. Like I said, I still have to top coat the head, so she'll be all glossy, but it's super cute. Cute button nose, right? Give wings. Give wings. What? What? What give wings? I don't know what that means, Shannon. And I don't think I'm going to do we do the side of the glasses? Maybe crystal, like we did the center. See how the center of the glasses, I just did the crystals. Should I do the crystals going down the side of the glasses or just leave them? Hi, Deborah. What do you guys think? I actually really like her. I'm glad I went with pink. Maybe we'll do angel wings on the bunny. Do angel wings on the bunny? I don't even have wings to put on her. Thank you, Della. All right, well, I think I'm going to hop off, and I will see you all possibly tomorrow, as long as we're not getting hit with the weather, because I see some creators weren't able to come on today because of all the wind and internet issues because of the wind. I'm just going to touch up right here a little bit. So just keep an eye on my Telegram. If you are new to my page and do have Telegram, you can find my Telegram link in the About Me section on my page. And I only put a Telegram out anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes before I go live. Typically it's between 10 and 15 minutes. I do not spam you. I do not hold conversations in there with you or any of that. I just let you know I'm going live or whenever there's a sale going on with one of my affiliates. And again, if you're not following Grandma's Crafts and Craziness, please go over and do that. Thank you, Gail. They're fine as is. Okay. I think she's cute as she is. I think sometimes too much. No crystals on the wings of the glasses. Gotcha. Okay. I still got that little spot right there that's bugging me. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here when you could have been anywhere else. It means the world to me. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, Peggy. Bye-bye.